Hari Om. I offer my salutations to His Holiness Satguru, other religious leaders, religious scholars, distinguished leaders, and Honorable High Commissioner, Consul General, and Member of Parliament, and audiences. I acknowledge and pay respects to the traditional owners of this land, elders, past, present, and emerging. It is an honor to participate in this event with the noble goal of religious harmony. I would like to start with my impression. In the year 1960, as a young boy of 12 years old, while living in South India, I came across a textbook in European history and British history. In those days, Indian history did not exist. We only read European history and British history. And this book actually explained, listed all the conflicts, religious conflicts that took place in Europe, Middle East, and Britain. So, 60 years later, nothing has changed. The methodologies and the conflict remains, the methodologies have only changed. So, given that type of this one, we have not progressed much. We might have progressed with technology, scientific knowledge, but we have not progressed much on religious harmony. I subscribe to and uphold the lofty ideals of His Holiness Satguru. Intolerance comes from misunderstanding, inherent suspicion, and distrust. Each religion has its own attire, language, and tradition. In this case, religious leaders have an important role to play. And when I am more into Hindu philosophical thoughts rather than rituals and other things. One beautiful concept which I have read is ahimsa. When you mention the word ahimsa, everyone thinks in terms of not hurting someone other than yourself. But ahimsa involves, ahimsa to yourself, that you do not have sufferings, you don't cause any grief to your own body, your own mind, your own thoughts. So ahimsa for external, ahimsa for internal. So if we take that ahimsa as a goal, that not causing stress to the others as well as to ourselves, there will be much more harmony in the world. While the scholars in each of the religions spent a lot of time in understanding the scriptures and their explanatory notes, very little time has been spent in understanding other religions, much alone and then building the bridges with other religions. I will try to introduce a new concept, if I may. We talk about financial, when we measure the success of the country, we talk about financial capital, what is the GDP and things like that. And then we have got, next one is intellectual capital, number of scientists, research scholars, etc. Then we talk about social capital, which are the number of volunteers available in a country. I would like to add to that what is called a harmony capital. In turn, I mean religious harmony capital. We have got nowadays some countries have established Minister for Happiness. I think we should now start guiding the politicians to have what is called a harmony capital. So the harmony capital in turn leads to scholars in each religion. We can call them as a harmony scholars, a harmony minister for religious harmony, and build on building in bridges. So this is my sort of wishful thinking or pet idea, but if we can include social capital which did not exist before, I am sure we could include harmony capital as a measure of success of the country. So we should define and so the other one is finally, if you have this and then the other one is, I will conclude my thoughts with reference to a quote in Rig Veda. The Rig Veda says, "Let noble thoughts come to us from all directions." This is often quoted by scholars for projecting tolerance of Sanatana Dharma, which is popularly known as Hinduism. So let the noble thoughts come to us in all directions. Let there be peace and harmony. Let us think of harmony capital, and let the world be filled with peace and happiness. Thank you very much.